What's going on? Brian here from GaniFit, and today I wanted to share with you some of my favorite points, the key lessons from this book right here, Power versus Force. Really good book, and I think these points are really going to help you in your life. First, I'm going to show you the map of consciousness, which is on page 90. I hope you guys can kind of see this a little bit. So from the top, we have enlightenment. These are people like Jesus, Buddha, pretty much like the God people who walk around here, like saints and stuff, are right below it at peace. And then, you go down to joy, love, reason, all the way down to apathy, guilt, and shame being the lowest. And in this book, David Hawkins talks a lot about how lately people have been rising more towards 200, which is kind of the baseline level, which 200 is at courage. People have been rising to about 205 lately. Before people were kind of going down, now we're going kind of back up on the map of consciousness. So I have my little list here. I'm going to be reading from this a little bit. The next point I wanted to make, besides that map of consciousness, was everything is connected to the universe. And this is something a lot of us forget. And a lot of us just go about our daily lives being so self-centered. I can say this myself. A lot of times I'm just I'm just caring about whatever I want to do, whatever I'm doing. I don't care about if that person's in a rush. Maybe they're having their own bad day. They're probably thinking the same thing. And really, when I started to notice where everything is part of the universe, every single person, living thing, even the rocks and stuff are part of the universe. Even this piece of paper right here is part of the universe. So when I started to realize this, it really, it makes me feel a connection more for everyone around me, people I know, people I don't know. It'll make life a lot better for you once you notice this in your life, because, once you realize that everyone's trying to get to the same place, really. Everyone wants to be happy. Everyone wants to live a good life. And I notice a lot of people just not even acknowledging other people. That's what I'm trying to say, is that you just acknowledge other people as people. And the other thing I want to talk about was the best companies use heart instead of just using their left brain for business. So what do I mean by this? In the book, he talks about how Sam Walton, the guy who created Walmart, worth $160 billion, he had heart, he had love for what he was doing. He wanted to do that because he knew it would make a difference in everyone's life pretty much. And you can apply this to your own life, because if you're not doing something that you love, something that you really want to give, just trying to do something just for money, but you hate doing it, that's not going to be a good business, because once there's no money coming in, you're just going to be like, oh, fuck this, and give up and then start the next thing. So what you want to do is you want to have love for what you're doing, and you want to be really, really passionate about it, because when you're passionate about it, even if you're not making that much money, you'll at least be having fun, but the money will start to follow. And my fourth thing here is I want to read a little section to you guys. The need to control others stems from lack of power, just as vanity stems from lack of self-esteem. Punishment is a form of violence, an ineffectual substitute for power. When, as in our society, the punishment rarely fits the crime, it can hardly be effectual. Punishment is based on revenge at the weak energy level of 150. So as I was saying before, 200 is kind of like the baseline level where, we're supposed to be. 205 is kind of where we're breaking out now, and, this is where most people are going to be, and, most, happier people are going to be. If you're below that, your life's probably not going to be the best. The thing I wanted to talk about on this was that you should be so powerful that what you're doing or what you're saying is moving others and not trying to force your stuff upon others, because the difference is, this book is Power versus Force, and the difference is that if you're trying to force someone to be love your shit, love what you do, you're never going to be able to force them, because even if you just force them to watch, if you force someone to watch this video that doesn't want to watch this video, they might watch it because you're forcing them to, but they're not really going to be paying attention. They're not really going to care about the video. Or if you have a powerful video and you show them that powerful video and they just want to watch it because it draws them toward it, it's going to be stemming from power and not controlling of others. The last point I want to talk about is kind of stemming on the other point I talked about, how everyone or everything is part of the universe. This one is, no one is exempt from the universe. We are all part of it, and we all have to contribute to the universe. What I think he means by this is if you're doing stuff to take away from the universe, take away from the well-being of others, take away from the well-being of yourself, just if you're destroying yourself, putting, harmful drugs in your body, harmful foods into your body, just drinking or something all the time, you're never going to really be able to contribute to the universe in the same way, because really what that will do is it will kind of make everyone around you start to do that same thing, or most people are drawn to the energy around them. So, if you notice in cities like Detroit or Chicago or, ghettos in New York and stuff, everything that's bad kind of groups together, and everything that's good kind of also groups together. But you'll notice how the saying, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, kind of what I'm talking about here, because if you're just contributing to everything that's bad, let's say you're a poor person just being poor, you're going to keep doing those poor habits. And if you're a rich person being rich, you're going to do those rich habits, and everyone around you is going to be rich. Rather than if you're poor and you keep doing these poor habits, you're going to be most likely surrounding yourself with people with poor habits. So I hope this book really interests you. This is by far one of the best books I've read. I've been reading some really good books lately. This one right now, like I said, is Power versus Force. Really recommend checking it out, because the map of consciousness alone is just it kind of helps you notice where you are, where you're lacking in some certain areas, or where you're being low vibration in certain areas and where you're being high vibration. And it really helps you connect with how to be more high vibration more of the time. Check out this book. I don't know if they have it at Barnes & Noble anymore, but they do have it on Amazon. Go get this book on Amazon. And I'll put a link to it on my website. So if you guys want to support the channel and stuff from Amazon, you guys can go click my associates link, which I will put down in the description to my website down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.